it's not working. But I'm here live at my yard trying to do vertical, but it didn't seem to work. But let me just fix this really quick. Okay, there we go. Using my Gorilla Pod, which I use in my videos most of the time. Now I'm here in my yard, so now I'm gonna give a tour. So let's flip this. Usually don't like doing vertical streams, but it didn't seem to want me to do this way, which is odd. So we'll just stick with this for now. So here we go. We're on the main side, not main side, the front side of my yard, excuse me. And here's kind of the start of it. This one's really cool here. I really like it. It's the 2018 Two Ghost and Pumpkin, as I call it most of the time. I enjoy it. It was a store display. Um, I do actually, but it's not in this yard. I have the 2007 motorcycle skeleton from Walmart that was found at like an estate sale thing, and it worked really good. But I stopped using it after last year because it was showing signs of not inflating as well, and I wanted to preserve it as much as I can, so it's not in this year's display. And then in front of it, we have the 2019 Welcome to Halloween Town Jack Skellington Zero. This is also a store display from Walmart as well, which is cool, which was a Christmas gift. And then over here, we have the 2000, I say 2000, don't know what year this is. I know it's shaky there. It's a knockoff inflatable, but my mom liked it, and I like it too. It's cool. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have LEDs in everything. It only has LEDs in the tree, the ghost, the owl, and the one pumpkin, and not the two pumpkins right there and there. Then here we have the 2018 Head Moving Cat, which I remember seeing the original version before, but this one's cool. I mean, yeah, this one is a cheap fan, but it plays great. I only have 3 cheap fans on this side, I believe. This one here, this one, of course, and this one. But I like it. And then over here, we have the 2017 Enter If You're Dare sign, which is cool. Oh, shaky. I must be nervous. Which is a really cool inflatable. It was given to me from a guy who did a pumpkin patch. And yeah, I like it. And then behind here is a cool one that I got fairly recently. If you saw, I went to Fort Wilderness not too long ago, the campground at Disney World, and did a little display. And we went out and just did some errands, and we went by the Lowe's there. And I saw this guy was still on display, and I looked at what they had left and saw they had the Ghost Mickey there, and I was like, okay, so I picked it up. I really like it. It's super cool. And thinking of starting over and see if I can get the thing to be vertical, but it'll work for now. And then we're gonna head to the other side of the yard with the main part of the display here. But before that, let me see if I can fix the let me see here. That's weird. that doesn't work like that, but I'll just stick with it. Now we're on the other side. As I said, sorry for that little pause there. This is the main side of the yard. Here we have a new one. This is the 2023 Ghost in Car Inflatable. That's really cool. I really like it. It's a unique design, and I've mentioned in some of my videos, I prefer doing a kid-friendly Halloween display more than scary. So most of this is kid-friendly, and I don't like calling it cutesy either. I think that's silly. So kid-friendly is what I call this display. But this guy is really cool. I really like it. It's funny, after like a day or two of having it out, I plugged it in for like the second day, and the adapter on it just went out. I went and plugged everything in, and it was the last thing that didn't come on. So I was like, okay. So I replugged it back in, plugged it in, and I just swapped the adapter, and it popped right up. But, you know, it's a cool... Oh, gosh, stop the shaking. But it's cool inflatable, and I really like it. Over here is a really cool inflatable that I got fairly recently, as in a year ago. This is a Lowe's inflatable from last year. I think it was a store display. It's cool. It's more scarier, but I still like it. My mom was at a Lowe's last year in November and saw this guy and the Shrek, and they were the only two there, so we got them. But I think that it's cool. It's not my typical inflatable, but it's unique. I like it. And then over here is a fairly cool new one that I got Saturday. It's a Zero inflatable, which I've always wanted a Zero by himself, so it's kind of cool to have just Zero inflatable. And this is actually the store display of the Zero. I went to the Home Depot, my local Home Depot, and I was like, I'm gonna bring my wallet and see if I can find something that was there left, and saw the Zero and was like, perfect. And I like it. It's super cool. And then kind of behind it, continuing with the Disney theme, is the 2019 Classic Mickey Happy Halloween inflatable. This is a cool one. This was also a Christmas gift, the same as the Jack Skellington Zero one, Happy Halloween Town sign inflatable, and I really like it. The only thing that's interesting is usually if you get a Walmart inflatable that's a displayed one, you usually get a white box. This one didn't come with a white box, so that's fine, but that was just an interesting one. Oh, yeah, sure. Are you talking Halloween or Christmas? Just let me know in the comments. And then over here, we have the 2015 Bob inflatable, which I'll be honest is my least favorite inflatable for Halloween I have. I'm not the biggest Minions fan. Either or both. Got it. I'll make sure to get to that as soon as I'm finished with this outdoor tour. It'll be a bonus part of the live stream. But this inflatable is cool. I got it in 2015 at home. And, sorry about the shaking. I'm trying to be as steady cam as possible. I might just take it off this GorillaPod if it keeps shaking. But this is a cool inflatable, and I really like it. Yeah, so that's that one. And here's a newer one I just got fairly recently. This is the 2023 or 2023 Mr. Bat inflatable, which is cool. I've always wanted a Bat inflatable and never thought of one. And then recently, before the display was put up, I was like, I want a Bat inflatable. So I picked up this guy, and I really like him. And then over here is kind of a cool one. These are 3 little wooden ghosts. These were, I would say, given to us, but we technically bought them with a holiday bundle that had 3 inflatables, a Shivering Snowman, and the Ice Cube from 2014, and 2 knockoff inflatables from 2006 that's at home. Used to be called Garden Ridge, and it was the Boo sign. You know, the 3 ghosts in the Boo sign, but it was a knockoff, and 3 ghosts in a pumpkin with that classic pumpkin face. But you know, they're cool, and I like them. And then kind of behind the bat, the GorillaPod was working, but this was a lot more steadier, and I'm trying not to shake as much. Here is one of my favorites, is the Hitchhiking Ghost inflatable. This is from 2022 two last year at Home Depot. There it is. Excuse me. This is a really cool inflatable. Has any ever broken in a storm? No, I've never had that experience, actually. I've never lost an inflatable in a storm. I've had a few vandalized inflatables. I had one for Halloween and a few last year for Christmas, but never a storm damaged inflatable. But this one is cool. I'm a huge Disney Parks fan, and a huge Haunted Mansion fan, and have this kind of fantasy idea to get the other Haunted Mansion excuse me, Haunted Mansion inflatables and do a whole walkthrough as just the inflatables with the one animatronic that's like the graveyard keeper guy or something. So that's that, and that's really cool. Over here is the Shrek inflatable I mentioned, and this is a cool inflatable. Oh, I have no idea. I don't have surveillance, so I have no idea who vandalized the Jack Skellington. That was the first vandalized inflatable, and then the Christmas ones, I think I heard it was a bunch of kids, because the helicopter I have, which is from 2016, the one with the penguin on the top of the propeller, was the first one to get messed with, and then the other ones got messed with like days apart. But I don't care about that. Reddit's restricted. I don't have any mods because I don't live stream often, so weird, but that's not a bad question or whatever. But the Shrek inflatable is cool. You can see it's dark. Like I said, it was a store display, if I mentioned that. So the LEDs are burnt out, and eventually before Halloween they're gonna get replaced. I like this inflatable, but it's just not my favorite. I just don't care for it. And then next to it is a favorite inflatable of mine. This is the 2016 Boo Ghost, as I call it. This was like a one I really liked, but didn't get when it was in stock, so I didn't get the box or anything. So it's a store display, but it looks really good, and it's one of my favorite inflatables. And so that's there. So now we're gonna look at this giant pumpkin patch. You mean like the witch from 2016, like these, like this? So now we're gonna get onto the pumpkin patch, which is about 11 inflatables, I believe. I try to keep, a decent amount. So, okay, cool. So here is the 2022 Ghost and Pumpkin inflatable. I was very late to seeing this design. I didn't see it in 2021, but saw it last year and had to get it. So I'm glad to have this inflatable. And it's at Walmart again this year, or was at Walmart, considering a lot of those inflatables are out of stock now. And then here is the 2020 Ghost and Pumpkin, which also was a store displayed inflatable, which is a unique inflatable, but I like it. I think it's a cool inflatable. And then over here is the other inflatable I got at the same time as the Ghost, which is the 2016 two-stack pumpkin, which I really like. And then next to it, we have the 2017 single pumpkin from Walmart, which is cool. I really like it. It's lasted a while, and it's one of my favorites. And then next to it is the 2020 candy corn inflatable, which I know a lot of people might think, why is there a candy corn inflatable and a whole, pumpkin patch? But my idea was, it's a pumpkin. Oh, I'll get to that in a minute. I know what you're talking about. So this is a candy corn, and I was thinking pumpkin patch, cornfield. So that was why the candy corn is in this bundle, but I like it. So I'm kind of skipping one because of a comment. These blinking ones are the 2016, I think, pumpkin patio markers that sing Monster Mash. And I never turn the music on anymore because it's obnoxious. But I do like to use them still, and I've never bothered to replace the LEDs on them. I guess I could replace the LEDs on them so they look brighter when they blink, but I'm not going to turn them on because I'll get copyright from Monster Mash, and I don't want copyright. But those are cool inflatable. It's cool inflatables. But what's unique about them is it's, instead of having three inflatables together, it's actually um, 3 individual fans on these pumpkins, the blinking ones. So that's cool, and I love using them. I just don't like the sound on them because it's obnoxious. And then behind it is the 2016 pumpkin patch inflatable from Walmart. That's an Airflows inflatable, so it's a knockoff. I guess Airflows is not a knockoff brand anymore. It's more of a common brand like Jimmy, but it's one of my favorite Airflows inflatables and pumpkin patch inflatables. I really like it. And then next to it is kind of a sentimental one for me, is the 2014 pumpkin inflatable, or as I call it, the pear pumpkin inflatable, because it kind of looks more like a pear than a pumpkin. But this was one of my first Halloween inflatables I got, and I really like it. Sadly, the fan has burnt out on it, but I did like a little rig system where I used an old inflatable fan on it, and the fan is from a Crystal Creations inflatable. If any of y'all have seen it before, they have I think it's like a 5-foot penguin inflatable from I'm wondering, is the ghost you have kind of based off the 4 sitting Christmas inflatables from 2012, because they had the Ghost, Witch, Frankenstein, and Ghoul. 2012. Are you talking about the 3.5 foot sitting inflatables, like the snowman, penguin, Santa, and reindeer? Which I have all 4 of those, actually. Oh yeah. I actually got the 2021. Oh wait, yes, actually you would know about that. They got the 2021 version of that reindeer, and I really like it. And I just got the snowman this year from 2012, so I'll be doing a cool thing with that. Here is my very first Halloween inflatable. It's the 2013 from Aldi 4-foot 3 pumpkin stack. This is a really cool inflatable. The fan, I think, was replaced on it like 2 or 3 years ago, but it still works great. The fabric's in great condition, and I really love it. And then next to it is the 2023 version of the Mickey Pumpkin Candy Bowl facade, as I call it, because apparently the original intention for this is you put a candy bowl behind it and kids can reach through it to grab the candy. I didn't want it for that purpose. I wanted it as a Mickey Pumpkin for my Fort Wilderness trip, so that's why it's here. I don't remember the year. I think it came out in 2021 at first, I believe, but I really like this inflatable and it's super cool. Then next to it, we have the 2020 2020 Black Cat and Pumpkin inflatable. This was from at home, and it was the store displayed version inflatable, and it's really cool. I really like it. It's kind of unique. Never had a black cat and a pumpkin, and there was one I did like, but this one is cool too, and it's great. And so that's pretty much the pumpkin patch, which is kind of the main part of my display, is the giant pumpkin patch. And the reason I do the pumpkin patch is because I have so many pumpkins that I might as well just put them together as one giant pumpkin patch. And then on the other side that mirrors the Boo Ghost and the Shrek, over here is the 2018 Nerdy Ghost from Lowe's. This was a really cool inflatable. I remember seeing it at Lowe's and really liked it, and I'm glad to have gotten it. When I went to go get it, though, it was out of stock already in like August, so they graciously sold me the store display of the Nerdy Ghost inflatable, and it's one of my favorites. Next to it is the 2022 sitting Scooby holding a pumpkin. This is a really cool inflatable. I love Scooby-Doo. I mean, it's a classic TV series with classic movies, and I just love it. It's a great franchise, and so I was glad to have gotten this. This is also a store display. This is from Home Depot last year, and it's really cool. Of course, you can see it's brighter because the LEDs have been replaced in it, so that's why it looks super nice. But overall, I really love this inflatable, and it's super cool. And I will say this for people that are watching and for who's been watching since I started. I know usually videos and live streams should be horizontal like this, but it's saying I can't do that for some reason, and it might be a setting thing I'm not looking at. But for right now, I'm just doing vertical, and it seems to be working. And then over here is kind of a unique inflatable that I should have inflated before I started live streaming. Is this unique kind of old school inflatable that you inflate with a air mattress fan and stuff, and it's cool. It was like from Goodwill, I think, and we got it in 2016. It's a cool inflatable. I have to inflate it almost daily because there might be a hole in it, but it's cool. And it does have lights in it. I recently replaced the lights with LED C7s that I got from Goodwill. They don't seem as bright as I'd hoped, but we'll see when we put them in actual base fan inflatables. But overall, that's a cool little decoration. And then heading over here is kind of a unique, cool little inflatable. I feel like in any display you do for Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, it's appropriate to have a Snoopy or Peanuts inflatable, and that's what I have here. Here is the 2020 Snoopy Woodstock with a pumpkin on his doghouse. This is a really cool inflatable. I really like it. It's the classic kind of style where it's Snoopy on the house, and the way this inflatable is designed is it's displayed like this with kind of the side view of Mickey, but it still does have the door in the front of the inflatable, which is super cool. And you can display it like this. You can display it kind of the front view of Snoopy. Oh no, that doesn't make it any brighter. Makes it brighter, not as clear. Try to get it a little closer. There we go. There's a bug on him. But I do like this inflatable, and it's super cool. Then next to it is the 2017 7-foot Airflows Ghost holding a pumpkin. This is a inflatable I got last year on Amazon because it was a design I really liked but ended up not getting, but found it again on Amazon, and I really like it. It is a super cool inflatable, and the LEDs, of course, have been replaced on it. So that's why you see a little bit of the wire in the ghost face, but overall, I love this inflatable. And then kind of behind it, because now it's sort of darker, so I can show you the projections. Here's a cool little haunted house projection from, I believe, 2017. It was on clearance, but I really like this projection, and it's really cool. And then, I don't know if I've shown this in a video. I think I have, I don't know, but no, I haven't done a nighttime video of this yet. But also, I went to Goodwill fairly recently and found a bunch of Halloween lights and a old 2014 polar bear inflatable from Walmart, which is super cool, which that video just came out today, if you saw that. No, I don't. Actually, well, kind of, but it's actually a remake of it, but it is technically the same inflatable. It's the 8-foot snowman with the hat and the snowflake scarf. It's the 2014 version of it, but it is the same design from 2012. And then this is technically supposed to be on, but the fuse I might have burnt on it. But it's a little light up spider web, which is super cool, that needs to be repaired before Halloween. It usually lights up pretty good, but I don't need to show that because it's not working. And then above the house here, we have this cool little projection that has slides. It's the Whirl of Motion. It's the Star Shower product that has different slides for the holidays. Has 2 Halloween and 12 Christmas, a Valentine's, Easter, and 4th of July one, and a balloon one for like birthdays. And so I use it pretty much for everything most of the time. Thankfully, it doesn't have St. Patrick's Day, which is fine. I don't really care about that one. So it's cool that it has the ones that it has. But I always try to switch out the slides every year. So this year it's this one, and next year it will be the ghost one. But overall, I really like it. And then here is kind of a cool, unique one. This is like an old school projection for the holidays. And I got it recently from a friend. We were helping her on a move, and we went through her attic. And my mom found this because she was up there. And it's this old little projector that you have to insert the slides individually. a little different than that one, of course. You have to insert it into like the in front of the bulb, and it looks like a stage light, which is kind of interesting. And I really like it. I'll try to use it for Thanksgiving because it has a Thanksgiving uh, like thing I can project, so that'll be fun because I don't have any Thanksgiving projections. Almost going ahead of myself a little bit, so I'm going to backtrack a little. So now we're kind of in the front part of my display. Here is a cool little projection or whirl of motion or whatever you call it. I just call it projections. Just pumpkin projections, just straight up pumpkins, and I really like it. It didn't seem to be positioned right now, but usually I like it in the center. But for now, I like it where it is. But this is a cool projection. And of course, on the garage, as I always like to do, the kaleidoscopes is just a purple, fire and ice, purple and orange, I think it is, kaleidoscope that just looks good on the garage. And I have a Christmas one I got recently from a marketplace find recently that's like red and green for Christmas. So I'll be putting it on the garage again. So that'll be fun. And then over here, as we continue, is these cool little 5 pumpkins pathway markers from Aldi, I believe, from 2015 or something like that. And they're really cool and they work great. And I really love putting them there. And then here is the 2018, I believe, Tricks and Treats little sign. It's a little harder to see because it's mainly the fabric is black there, so the LED does show up in it, but it's very hard to see at night. But I still love putting it here because it kind of goes with this inflatable, which is cool, which is the 2016 9-foot Halloween trick-or-treat archway, which is cool. It's the only archway I have. I eventually want to get a Christmas archway, which I saw at Home Depot this year. That's like a candy cane archway with a Santa and a snowman. It's the similar design to the 2014 version, which I really wanted to get but never did. But overall, this is a cool archway. It has 2 pumpkins, some of the lights are on it, 3 ghosts, and a black cat, and it says trick or treat on it. So I'm going to walk through it really quick and then show you 2 other inflatables. And then from a request from one of the viewers, wants to see some other inflatables I don't have inflated for either Halloween or Christmas. So here are 2 other inflatables for Halloween. Here is this is new for this year, the 2023 Hanging Spider inflatable. This is also a store display that we kind of got last minute before Halloween, before October actually, because we were leaving for our trip September 31st. Sorry, September 31st? September 30th. This is the wrong date, excuse me. But this is a cool inflatable, and I really like it. And then next to it is a really favorite inflatable of mine for Halloween is the 2016 11.5 foot wide spider inflatable, or neon spider inflatable. That's really cool. It's really big and it's really cool. And the LEDs in it aren't dim, which is interesting. It might be a little faded after years of use, but overall the LEDs seem to work in it just great. And it might be because of the color of the fabric, because it's kind of neon-ish. But overall, I really like this. And behind it, which is a little hard to see, it looks great on camera actually, is I actually don't know the year of this kaleidoscope, but it's just a straight up orange kaleidoscope, and it looks really cool, and I really like it. So overall, that is the Halloween display for 2023. I'm now gonna go inside and show you some inflatables I have from a request from a viewer. So I'm just gonna, there's no way to pause this, I don't think so, but I'm just gonna go inside really quick and quickly walk into my room where most of my inflatables are stored. And so just a kind of a bonus thing, I also am a drummer, FYI. It's another thing I like to do occasionally is play drums. So that's super fun. So I usually do store inflatables in this area of my closet, but I'm doing some carpet needs a little bit of cleaning, so we're in the process of that. Excuse me. So here's some of the inflatables I have. Some of these are just the boxes mainly, but this is the one I have that's from 2007. It's the motorcycle skeleton with the eye patch. There's another one I think with sunglasses. but this is the eye patch version of the motorcycle skeleton. It's really cool. I used it for a good 4 or 5 years, and then last year it started showing some. It was already like it wasn't inflating as well, so I had to like use the tethers to make it stand up straight. But then last year it just wasn't standing up straight anymore. So after last year, I decided that I was just gonna retire it from displaying and just keep it because I like to keep inflatables even if they stop inflating, or if the fan is out of it, I like to keep the fabric just for nostalgic reasons, of course. But overall, it's a cool inflatable, and I really like that I have it. And then over here is kind of a little bit of a mess of inflatable, but it's a baker's rack, I believe. Try to get more of an angle of it. But here's just other inflatables. I did get this guy back in, was it August or something? This is the new for 2023 Donald Duck inflatable. I'm a huge Donald Duck fan, so I'm glad to have gotten that inflatable. There's the new 2023 Penguin from Walmart. There's the 2022 Elf from Home Depot, and here's the 2012 Penguin inflatable. This is actually not originally from 2012. It was actually bought last year from Yard Inflatables. So it's technically an old inflatable that I brought brand new, but it's still cool. And then over here is the 2018 Pop-Up Puppy inflatable, which I really like using. And then here's the helicopter I mentioned earlier from 2016. That's super cool. The propeller part has never really worked right. It was a marketplace find, but overall, I think it's super cool, and I'm glad to also use it. I don't care if the propeller part doesn't work. And then I might have to move some inflatables here to show you. But here is a cool one. Here is the 2022 wait a sec. Sorry for the motion. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. It's a little buried. There's the box for that ghost car. But there's that reindeer. Just the box. That's the box for the. Okay, that worked out. There's the box for the Mr. Bat. There's a Tom from the drum set. I recently just reset it up for a practice thing because I also play in the church, which is fun, and they have I was scheduled to do a development thing just to kind of get my skills up playing with a click track and all that fun stuff. So I was preparing for that before this. But here is the 2021 version of the 2012 reindeer. You wanted to see the zip tie on the 2012/2021 reindeer. So, okay. If I could set up a tripod to make it easier. I don't have a way to pause this, so I'm gonna make a quick detour going back outside. Apologies. Take a little more view of the display as I go get their Gorilla Pod, because it wasn't working for the stream earlier. It was just really shaky, and it won't let me do is it horizontal or whatever the term is for some reason. So there it is. Okay. Okay, so and it's kind of fun. I haven't done a live stream in about 5 to 6 years. When I started doing this channel as the inflatable guy, I did do some live streams, and I was actually on a live stream with Chase the was it Chase the inflatable god or something? Yeah, that's his name, Chase the inflatable god. I had the opportunity to meet him because of a group chat failed miserably, and that really helped us become friends. And we happened to be going on like a trip that we were near him, so we just ended up meeting up one day. Oh, sorry, one day, and it was this isn't working as well as I'd hoped. There we go. Okay, it's not the way to. Viewers don't want to be looking at that for a few minutes, but try my best. Okay, so that looks decent, and I can kind of look at comments. It's not as good as I'm trying. Okay, that'll have to do. And actually, the fin is replaced on this guy because we're replacing the LEDs on it. So, okay, there you can see it there. Which part of the zip tie was it? The fan is replaced on it, but that's fine. But there's that zip tie part there. And I'll open it for you too. Okay. Like I said, this fan is a bit extreme for this inflatable because it's technically a smaller fan for this giant it's this bigger fan for this small inflatable. I don't see that zip type. Okay, I think it's mainly in the outside actually. So like it's outside of the inflatable, not the inside. So about like there, I believe. Yeah, the fan on it was fine, and then it just randomly stopped. Like it was like pulsating instead of inflating for some reason. The fan was pulsating, making the lights flash. So we just replaced the fan completely, and it seemed to work just fine after that. But yeah, that's pretty much what that looks like. If you have any other questions about that, just let me know. But I'll continue talking about the other inflatables. And here's a few other ones I have that are cool. Here is the 2022 14-foot Santa, which is now yeah, I can inflate it. I figured you might ask about that. So let me do the GorillaPod thing again, or no, yeah, okay. Okay. Kind of not surprised I lost viewers at the end there. Okay, so it zipped up. So from your comment, because you're the only one watching right now, do you have the original 2012 version or the new version like I have? And here we go. Actually, let me turn off my big light and my small. Yeah, I'll turn off my small light. Here's little Halloween decorations too. So here he is. This is a really cool inflatable. I did at one point try to look for the original 2012 one, but it's kind of hard to find. I think I did find it on eBay one time, like used, I believe. But this is the newer version, which was on Yard Inflatables, which you can still get, along with the Penguin, I believe you can still get on Yard Inflatables. Yeah. That was the one I saw. They also were selling the other four, or other three, I mean, which is cool. But now I have all four, but I have one that's a newer design, but it's the same inflatable, it's just newer. But I have three of the original from 2012, and one that's the new design, but it's it's the newer version, but it's the same reindeer from 2012. But it's cool. I really like it. Since you are newer to the channel, you might, and I suggest you might want to look back at 2022's Christmas display. I put him on a swing in the front yard, which you might have saw that swing in the outside when I was showing the display. Oh yeah, so we have a new comment here from Awesome Wow. So if you just tuned into this video, this is the 2021 version of the reindeer, not the 2012 version, but it is super cool and I really like it. I remember when I went to the Walmart in 2012. Oh wow, that's super cool actually. The polar bear. So okay, I've shown this inflatable. I'll unplug it later, but I'm gonna go outside and flip the camera. Does the shivering still work on that polar bear? So back out again. Oh, cool. I've tried finding the. I don't know if you can hear me. I've tried finding the polar bear. It's like super rare on like eBay or wherever. That was a design I did like as well, along with like the Santa and the tub with the animated arm and the brush, and the 12 as well. I always thought that was cool. I'm walking in the front part of my display here. Oh, wasn't live. Went out of connection there. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah. Flip the camera again. Gotta make sure it looks in frame. There it is. This one I always love. Of course. But feel free to, I guess, shoot me any more inflatable questions. I've kind of just shown you what all I was going to show you display-wise and some of those other videos or other stuff of inflatables I have. But overall, so just to just kind of talk, run out of stuff to really show, I'll properly introduce myself since I'm live. My name is Riley Jones. I'm 19. I'm from Georgia. I enjoy doing the display stuff every now and then. Okay, you're talking about the 2012 Santa. I have not replaced the LED on that one yet. It's on the bucket list to replace because it's been in and out of my display a lot in the last few years, and I just found an adapter for it that works. So I do need to replace the LED on that for this Christmas season. But that was actually the inflatable I got first of that collection. And after I saw that, I was like, I have to get that. And I think it's really cool. Yes, I am actually. That's why I got the snowman, because after I got the penguin and the reindeer for a cool little thing, I wanted to get the snowman just to have all four. And when I got the Santa Claus, I had to get all four. And that was after a few years. So it's going to get a little dark, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But this is the swing I was talking about. I don't know if I can... Okay. Here's flash, so that'll help. But this is the swing I was talking about last year when I was getting ready for Christmas. I was looking at the swing, and I was like, I have an idea. So I went in Yard Inflatables and looked for the penguin and the reindeer, and I put them there. And I had a sock monkey Christmas inflatable, which is kind of random, and I put it on that plastic chair. And this year I plan to add 2 plastic rocking chairs on this side and this side, and another chair, and put all the sitting inflatables together. I have this Aldi little knockoff sitting reindeer that I call Baby Donner, and it'll go like here. Then the snowman, the penguin, the penguin, reindeer, the sock monkey, and the Santa will all be over there. But overall, that's that's kind of the idea, because it's kind of in the back of the display, but I do like enabling it. I also do put lights on the frame of that, what do you call it? The frame of the swing. But overall, I like it. I think I've said overall a lot in this video, in this live stream, excuse me. So I'll try to get more in the light. Okay, there. So, yeah. Actually, there is some inflatables in my living room. Let me see. Yes, I was actually just talking about that. That in 2012, I remember seeing the Santa in the bathtub with the animated arm with the brush, and did like that one, and I never got it, but that was one I did like. And I'm just now realizing there was something, I didn't show you this. I was showing the display. Here is a cool little Nightmare Before Christmas projection from last year at Home Depot. And then I also got these at Goodwill, as well as the orange lights, these purple lights. I just put these up yesterday, and it's kind of unique. I usually don't like doing lights for Halloween. That's more of a Christmas thing, but they were cool, and I kind of like it. It's kind of unique. But that's that. But yeah, I do remember that inflatable. I don't know if I ever saw it in person, but I did see it in many videos. from the past. And so I'm going to turn on some big light here to show you some inflatables because it's all kind of in my living room. My room most of the time. So flipping the camera. So here's like this little shelf I showed you earlier. Here's most of the Halloween boxes of this. Sorry, that was my dog Jasmine, by the way. That's Jasmine. Okay. I don't do live streams very often. This is the first one I've done in probably 6 to 5 years when I started in 2017. So it's not a necessary thing right now, but if I continue lives and there does end up being some comments that don't need to be there, then I'll look into it. But right now, that's not a necessary thing. So here's some inflatables here that are really cool. These are all brand new ones for 2023's Christmas display. One I have used in last year's display because I like to use inflatables once I get them off clearance. I don't wait a year. I like to put inflatables out that I get for Christmas, like right as I get them off. Like if it's after Christmas, I still put them out because that's how I am. But here are five new inflatables I got recently. Oh man, that's what I really wanted from Walmart that year was the Santa with the clear plastic and the reindeer and the sleigh. And it came out like a few years, like 2014, 15, and like 16, and I think 18 as well. But that was one I never got. But I found this one after the season, and I really like it. This part of the box is me. I was being kind of silly, so that's why it's broken there. But that one's cool. Got it off Yard Inflatables this year in like February, so it'll be fun to use this year for Christmas. And then yeah, I get that. And then here is the Clark Griswold Christmas Vacation station wagon with the tree, which I love. Christmas Vacation. It's a classic movie. I don't like the berries on the tree. When I was looking for it, I was trying to look for one without the berries, but it works. And then down here is the Cousin Eddie RV. And I have the Clark Griswold movie cover inflatable, as I call it. So that's super cool. And then here I have the 2022 animated Mickey with Disney Park ears, as I call it, which is a cool inflatable. And then it's kind of hard to see because this was I got this off a Marketplace find, the same one as the Kaleidoscope I was talking about, but it's the 2017 Snowman Couple, which is cool. Well, it says Snowman Couple right there on the box, but this box is a little beat up, so it's hard to see what it is, but that's what it is. I do have a video on it on the channel, so if you want to check that out, that's super cool. Let's see what other, and then here, kind of like a large stack. Here's a bunch of bass fans. I have done a review of the sleigh, actually. It's on the channel. If you go to my playlist, there's a Christmas playlist, and it should be in there. And if you just scroll down on my videos, there's a video on the sleigh. But here are a few bass fan inflatables. Here is the what? Oh, okay. I have it. I have a question. Ask away. Here is the 2018 animated. Was it? What? Oh, I could totally set that up really quick. But like I said, there's the animated Chipmunk from 2018, the 2014 Turkey, lost it for a second. Then the 2014 Hi, 2014 uh, bear. I'm kind of blanking, and then the 2014 animated robot, which is cool. Oh yeah, I think that's 2019, if I'm correct. And then, of course, the Hitchhiking Ghost box. Here's another one. It's the 2017 Snowman Family. This one's cool here. The 2010 Frosty Inflatable. There's the 2022 Olaf. Here are the 2018 Patriotic Star, 2017 Uncle Sam. This is the snowman I was talking about earlier. That's the 2014 version. Yes and no. I recently put a new fan on it, and it seems like it works. It doesn't stand up anymore, but I'm still going to use it this year by just putting it behind a tree because it still inflates. It just doesn't stand up anymore. But it is a cool inflatable. Let's see. There's that box for that projection I was telling you about with the individual slides. Here's some Christmas kaleidoscopes. There's our projection / kaleidoscope. There's the kaleidoscope I was talking about. That's for Christmas. Let me turn this side of the house on too, so it's brighter. Here's the 2014 10-foot tree. Sadly, I had to retire it this year. It was part of the inflatables that got vandalized, and it was just too rough to repair. And the base fan, like the plastic part, the fan it was on was busted. And so I just took the fan out and the legs and repurposed the legs for the 10-foot snowman because the legs were busted off that inflatable, and repurposed the fan. It's nothing to see. It's just a giant hole, like this area and stuff on like both sides, I think. So right now it's just a box. It's just the fabric. But I'm still keeping the inflatable because it's nostalgic for me. And then here is the I think I'm covering the microphone there. Here is the, yeah, I know, but I don't fuss about it. And then here, of course I'm a Christmas fan. I actually honestly decorate for Christmas more than Halloween, and I like Christmas a heck of a lot more than Halloween. I only do the Halloween display for the kids for Halloween night. I used to really enjoy Halloween when I was younger. I used to trick or treat and dress up, but that's just a past. I just grew out of that. And I used to do the display for my own enjoyment. Now I just do it for the kids. But for Christmas, it's a bit of both. I really love Christmas, not just for what Christmas has been labeled as, but also, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody, I also believe in Jesus Christ being born, and that's why Christmas is celebrated. So, of course, actually, there is a video of the robot on my channel I did like a month or so ago. So if you go on my YouTube channel, there's a video about the robot. So make sure you go check that out. So yeah, that's just a little bit about the Christmas stuff. Let's see other things back here. Oh yeah, here's another Thanksgiving inflatable I have. That's a knockoff, but it's still cool. I like it. And then here's something that's really cool. This is the 2017 Snoopy Woodstock Flying Ace inflatable from Lowe's. Oh Lord. If you're talking Christmas, that one I have an answer for, and I have to go a little out of my way to get to it because it's kind of a big box. Recently, in my marketplace find, I got to get an inflatable that was a childhood inflatable of mine that I just like a month ago. I got the same time as the snowman couple, and it's a little buried, but you're gonna see it immediately. Is the 2007 Jazz Band inflatable. This is a childhood inflatable of mine, and I had it from Walmart, and I had it until 2016. It's a long story. The story is we put all of our inflatables in the backyard to dry and forgot about this one for some reason, and our dogs destroyed it. So that was the end of that inflatable. So we didn't have the Jasmine inflatable for about 7 years. And for those 7 years, I constantly looked everywhere for one and just happened to open Marketplace and Facebook Marketplace, and it was right there. It was about $60. It was a bit of a drive, but it was worth it. I mean, in the video I made about it, the fabric is a little thin, so it doesn't inflate as good as I'd hoped. And I kind of did break the Jimmy community rules that aren't official of buying an inflatable that doesn't inflate all the way. But I didn't care. I'm still going to use it for this season and just use ropes and poles to make them stand up straight. The music works great on it. And the video I made, I don't know if I showed the music in the video I made recently, but yes, I do have a shivering inflatable, and I thought I showed it, but I guess I forgot when I was showing inflatables in my living room. So it's in this stack here, and here I mentioned it earlier. Not even showing it. I mentioned it earlier. It's the Spring Snowman with the ice cube with the two penguins. It really worked. It works great. The shivering part works great still. It's not thin, and it's just amazing. I've always wanted a shivering inflatable and wanted the one with the burr sign. That's kind of the classic design, I guess. But this team, I'm glad to have it now, of course. Let me think. What other? Which one has the inflatables? Is it this one? No. There are inflatables in the. Oh, I don't. Of course, you saw my Halloween display. I don't have any Hocus Pocus. Main reason for that, I did see I just like in the last 2 months watched Hocus Pocus for the first time, and I liked it. It was good. The second one was meh for me, but I don't know. I thought about it. I did see one at Home Depot. It was them holding like the book and stuff. But oh yeah, this is a 5-foot turkey. This is the store display from Home Depot 2016. There is a video on it if you want to check that out. So I'm breaking this out because there are some inflatables in this box that I kind of have for just to have storage because I have so many. Here we go. It's a little upside down, but it'll work for now. This is a Olaf inflatable from, I don't know what year. It's the one with the Santa hat. Chester. That's Chester. He likes boxes. Really, Chester? So this is from, I don't know what year, but it's like an Olaf inflatable with the Santa hat. I found it in the trash can of Fort Wilderness at Disney World, which is funny. It works great still. I would say about 3.5 foot or about 4 foot tall. I don't know exactly. And here's a cool Peanuts one, which I think was my very first Snoopy inflatable at the time. But it's the 2014 Snoopy Woodstock on house that says Merry Christmas with fake Christmas lights, which I love this inflatable. Oh, it does have its adapter. Like I'm breaking so many rules right now doing the live stream all wobbly and stuff. But hey, whatever. Honestly. $20.15. Thank you. I had no idea because I got it from Fort Wilderness in the trash can, which was funny. I saw it inflated. Actually, when I saw it at a camper's display, it was inflated, but it wasn't. But it worked, and the next day it wasn't working, and I was like, I think they're gonna trash it, in which they did. And yeah. Mine is a little thin. I think it's a little thin. I mean, it sometimes will just sag a little bit. Let me turn off like the light in the living room so you can see them in the dark, fully in the dark. So yeah, there he is. He has new LEDs, so that's why he's super bright. But yeah, that was a really random find at Fort Wilderness in 2018. But you know, it works still. I didn't take him this trip because it has a Santa hat, and we went in October, so it made sense to take the other Olaf with just the scarf because that's not really Christmassy. But you know, he works. Huh. Interesting. Yep, but that's that inflatable. So I'll turn the lights again. Chester, you're just funny. Okay. So back to what I was showing you in this box. Let me turn the other light really quick. And then I'll probably end this stream. Oh. I'm not gonna, I don't know. I'll end it eventually. Chester, okay. Chester, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Chester, okay, that was a little weird, but okay, I'm just gonna put him on top of it. I don't care at this point. I have ones I can talk about and show the box. I don't know about take them out. But here's the other two I was going to talk about, or one I was going to talk about. This is the 2011 Sock Monkey inflatable. That's kind of cool. It's a little unique. It works pretty good still. From Dollar General, you can tell by the price tag it's from Dollar General. It's a cool inflatable. It's very different, but my grandmother bought it for me when we were at the Dollar General because I liked it. So it's cool. I like it. And then behind it, it's kind of a unique one that's also Dollar General, which I've only used a couple times, is the 2016 4-foot penguin. And I mean, it's cool. I don't use it very often. There's a lot of Christmas inflatables I don't use sometimes. And the unique ones I have that are also tied with inflatables that I don't use anymore are kind of in this general area. That's an easy question right there. It's the most wonderful time of the year, Andy Williams. No joke. I mean, that is like the best Christmas song of all time. At least my favorite, Andy Williams. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hands down, the best Christmas song. At least to start the season, that's my favorite. So these here, and some of them I have already put in the shed because these are inflatables I don't plan to use anymore. But here is the 2016 singing snowman that only sang Jingle Bells, excuse me. It's a cool inflatable. I only got to use it like maybe 1 year technically because the fan burnt out in like 2017 after a year. And so I took it out of display and then replaced it with an old fan. And I was using two plugs with it, one that powered the lights and the music and one that powered the fan. And I did that for a while, but I just got tired of it. So I just stopped using it altogether. Um, yes, I do have more Mickey Mouse than Minnie, but I do have a few Mickey Mouse. That there is an old inflatable from 2006, which is the Penguin from Krista Creations from Home Depot. That one, I believe, is a snowman from 2010. That one is a 2018 Easter Bunny, but the fabric just stopped working randomly from 2018. I mean, it's either the fan or the fabric. There is the Red Baron Snoopy on top of the house where he's facing the house with like a holly in front of it. And here's the 2017 reindeer. I don't like using that one as much. But it's cool. So you asked about Mickey inflatables, so I'll show you the Mickey inflatables I have. So I'm just gonna temporarily close this box so I can get by. But to start off, what deer? So here's one of the Mickey inflatables I have that's animated. That's super cool. And then I have the other ones are in here. And I have this patriotic Mickey, which is cool. And then an adorable Christmas Mickey. And then in this one, which you might be able to see because it should say it, a patriotic Mickey holding a banner. So 2 patriotic Mickeys, 2 Christmas Mickeys, and 1 Halloween Mickey. And I think the reindeer you're talking about, if I'm correct, is this guy. I hope is what you're talking about because I'm trying to remember what reindeer or is it the 2012 version. I don't know if I mentioned this guy. Okay. I don't really pay attention to what is knockoff or name brand. Well, I do a little bit. This one I don't know if I mentioned. It's a really cool one. It's from 2007. This was a birthday gift I got from some friends. And it's cool. When I first inflated it, it came up immediately, just like that, from being in the attic for I don't know how long, and just left it in the box for a while. And I was like, I'm going to inflate it. So I go inflate it, and it stopped inflating. Like the power was working on it just fine. Candy Cane Lane. Mopsel. I forgot I was the dog outside for a while. Thanks for reminding me, bud. I don't know what we were talking about exactly. I know it's a lyric, I think, from a Christmas song. But that's a cool inflatable. So it's really just a collector's item now, not a inflatable I use. Kind of running out of things to show here. Let's see. What else is in here I could possibly show? This one's kind of cool here. This is the 2016 Swirl Projection Snowman, which is really cool. I really love it. It works great still. Here's the 2015 Polar Bear inflatable, which is really cool, and then the 2016 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with a blinking nose, which is awesome. But it's just like this inflatable wall. I mean, it's crazy. And then let's see what else. Honestly, don't know what else to talk about, but I'm gonna go outside just because and turn off these lights. Ow. That was overreacted. Okay. It's like I'm back outside again. So I think I'm gonna end it here. Wait, one sec. Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you want to see the Frosty, there is a video on that as well, where I showed the inflatable after I repaired it. It's also in a playlist called Christmas Playlist, and it's also just on the channel if you want to find it, which is awesome. But I think I'm going to end it here because, one, I've kind of run out of things to show and talk about, and two, I want to kind of go back to practicing for a development thing for church just to get my skills up, which is kind of fun. So I think that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.